Hey guys, how's it going? Tactic Ion here, trying to do a little bit of a commentary on a game I recently played. Um, gonna try and do a live comm and just a voiceover comm. See which ones I get better at. See which one people like more. That kind of thing. Um, this is my first time really kind of doing this. Something to note: if you haven't seen the live comm, I cuss. So if you don't like cursing, probably shouldn't watch that video with the sound up. Anyways, so I'm running the P90 on uh, I'm running the P90 silenced in the medic class. The medic class is extremely overpowered, especially on close quarters maps, simply because you can go into just about every battle with 100% health or something that helps heal you while you're taking damage. That can be the deciding factor in a firefight. Now that route right there that I take is to kind of get rid of the chance of being killed by things like that grenade or somebody hanging out over the side. Um, Now everybody knows these stairs. Something I'd like to point out: I'm going to come to these stairs a lot, but I'm not camping. I don't know how else to say it. If you look at the map right now, there's really nobody on my team who's able to hold down this area. All the people are dying, so it's not a good idea for me to rush forwards. It's better for me just to sit back here, wait until people show up. But unfortunately, I get picked off. Since it was really just me and one other person holding down that left side of the map, that kind of was crucial. Now, those of you who watch the Russian Badger, you'll be familiar with lurking, and that is probably the perfect way to explain it. I don't camp; I lurk. I like to go to areas where I think the enemies will be, or where I think the enemies are, or really just areas where my team isn't, and try and hold down those zones by myself. A lot of times going to places like right up here, I'm seeing people are dying, so I'm going to go ahead and rush that because I know that's where the enemy is. And then here, really just kind of locking down this zone as best I can. Again, the med kit down there at the bottom, super vital for staying alive in these kinds of situations. And I noticed when I came over here, there was maybe, what, 3-4 people, and now we're getting whittled away. That guy got me because he came around the side I wasn't paying attention to. So, but throwing grenades down that center hallway is a easy tactic to get hits, to get kills. Again, nobody's on this left side here. If you look on the map, pretty much everybody that's on the left is dead, probably because of that guy. So that was my immediate response. I'm going to go there. Now, because I know he's bipoded up, I'm going to go right back. I realize that's not exactly the best strat, but when somebody's bipoded like that, you kind of expect them to stay in the same spot, and of course he is. But now you can see pretty much my entire team's over here in this area, so I'm going to go ahead and start pushing up. I want to go around the side because there wasn't really anybody out there, but the spawns appeared to have flipped. Now something you will note is I pretty much gravitate to the boxes. Bro boxes are the best. I will go to them. I will throw my bro box on somebody else's bro box. Caught that guy out of the corner of my eye. But that is something that I like to do a lot. Now here I was going to go for C, but then you can't help but seeing somebody like that. I would have shot him earlier, but the P90 is not that great at range. So now here I got caught standing still because I was trying to get line of sight on that guy that was running out the door. I don't think it was a bad play, but knowing that they had C, I probably shouldn't have done that. And that's just a unlucky spawn. But that is something that I notice a lot. Teams that tend to lose are the teams that control that that Overwatch area. So if you're up there, you definitely want to come down. Here I'm just trying to really just trying to run the map and see if I can't figure out where the enemies are, where my team is. We're all really spread out. I mean, if you look at my map right now, there's only 3 people on there, but we have all the flags, so it's really kind of hard to figure out where the other team is. So that's all I'm doing, is I'm just running from zone to zone. And at this point, I really should have realized that they're up top. So I see that we're losing A. That was really risky running up to res that guy. So I figure, all right, I'll push up into A. But then running my same routes, nobody's in this room. I'm not sure if spawns flipped what happened, but There's the last guy that was that spawned over here in the A section. Running through this again, gravitate toward the boxes, get some reloads. Go ahead and throw my med kit out there in the field. Let people get health off of that if they need it. That was just a check because I saw the flashlight, didn't realize it was my teammates, so I figured somebody was peeking around that corner. Now here, going through B, I normally don't like to, but look at how many people we have on B. So I'm just going to go ahead and go around and take the top area. I saw that guy back there, but covering my units up here on the top is much more important. Now here, I don't know what happened. The hip fire is really just going all around that guy. I can't believe I couldn't get him. I don't think it would have mattered too much. I mean, if I had killed him right off the bat, I probably would have gone back in a sprint and rounded that corner for the 870 could have got me. But if I had aimed down sights, then I also probably would have not been moving as fast, so I probably would have gotten caught by the 870. So it's hard to gauge that one. But here, the way that guy set up hold the mic is that it is in a great spot. I can't fault him for it. You can pretty much guarantee that nobody's going to come down his back way because teammates usually watch that line of sight. So watching the other door from there is great. It also gives you line of sight on the hallway, the center hallway. So that dude was just in a really good spot. Now here's something that annoys me. Look, there's 3 guys that just ran past. I push out here, take out that guy, and then I get shot from behind. And then he runs in and stabs one of them. And the other guy trying to get a stab on him instead of shooting him. So first up, those 3 people could have saved me if one person had been looking a different direction. Secondly, the guy that got stabbed could have been saved if the other guy hadn't tried to get a stab as well. So just kill him, just shoot him. He's in the process. You can save teammates. I don't know why people don't do that. Here I'm finally realizing, okay, they're up here on the top, so I start to take this, and I should have reloaded. I shouldn't have gone back down, throwing that grenade. But come back up. You're trying to use the G18 as a primary, and then get picked off from the side. That guy had perfect line of sight. I shouldn't have tried to run back into that doorway, but I figured the grenade would kind of freak people out, and I could go back in, reload, replenish, and then come back out fully stocked, ready to go. Again, if I hadn't thrown the grenade, my P90 would have reloaded, and I'd have been good to go. Here I notice B is open. I should go right here. I like to go right, but instead I figured, oh, this is probably just one guy. So I chuck a grenade and try to rush him. No, there's 3 people there. But later on you'll see me come in from the right side, and it's coming in from the right side of B when you're coming from A is just so... Alright, so I figured somebody was coming up from the stairs, and I didn't realize that he was going to be lagging this bad. So you see me kind of spazzing out here until I get him, and that was completely accidental. Then I go downstairs. I should have thrown a med kit down here while he's type, but you know, it ended up working in my favor. Again, this isn't camping. I'm actually typing to somebody here. Yeah, you'll see in a bit, coming in from A, if you go wide on B, you run the risk of getting caught in crossfire between B and C. But especially if they own B and C, but most likely they'll be pushing into A. So being able to loop around B, and here's just bad play. I shouldn't have pushed up that far. I should have stayed back in this corner right here, picked that guy off. I knew it was going down, so I went ahead and chucked the grenade, a little bit of martyrdom. So that's something I like to do is if I know that I've gotten 1 or 2 or a lot of people, or if I know that they're in areas that they can be rezzed really easily, I like to chuck grenades because the medics will rush in to get the res. That grenade is really just more of area denial, so people don't come rushing down that hallway. Yeah, using the grenades on dead bodies, I guess it's a bit of a cheap tactic, but it's one of those things that I'm not really planning to get the guy who's being rezzed. I'm planning to get the medic who's going to rush in and res him while I'm reloading. So now here, I don't want to stay on the side where my teammates are, so I know that they're all watching out that other door, so I'm going to come back and check from this angle. And this allows me to get actually a good line of sight on people. There's that guy that's camping. At this point I realize that there's nobody on really watching the left side there, because otherwise they would have seen the guy posted up on that door. Fortunately I get taken out by just the cavalcade of people that come rushing around. I see that we have lost A, but I don't want to go straight towards A. I want to come over here because I know that this is where they're pushing. So that was my thought process here. I figure I can again, lock down this spot. Get kind of lucky with that, and honestly, probably shouldn't have gotten that kill. Throw down a med kit just because that guy is posted up, and whoop, I noped so hard right there and got saved. That's just the high sensitivity. And then again, just using this these stairs to pretty decent effect. Now here's something that annoys me. Earlier when I was on the stairs, I stuck to the left side. People were able to go around me. I think 2 or 3 people passed me. This guy sits in the middle, and I have to try and fight to get around him. This part right here, really kind of stupid. Nobody was shooting at me though, so I didn't mind staying in the hall and trying to pick that guy off through the door. Again, gravitate towards boxes, see if I can't get some ammo. Now here, I see that they have B and C, so I'm going to split. I should check right, but I don't. Instead, I rush in through to Bravo here, and really kind of expecting them to be pushing to A. That's why I ran that way. This part right here, I freaked out because I didn't expect somebody to come up from behind and somehow get a nice double out of that. I think he rezzed the guy, and then I managed to get the guy accidentally with a res that was being rezzed. So that's just unlucky on his part. Now, right here, I had pre-fired that hallway. I figured somebody was going to be coming from C, so I went ahead and fired down that hall, and turned out that, yeah, there was one person. Here, I probably should have reloaded, but if I had, I would have been screwed in this spot. At this point, I don't realize that I'm out of ammo. I'm just thinking, okay, they're coming from C towards B. I don't want to be out in the open. I want to catch them from behind this kind of corner, maybe check to see if somebody's on Bravo. And around here's where I realize, oh crap, I'm out of ammo. So I see that guy upstairs just died. I'm thinking, oh, I'll go take his gun. I see he's support, so I res him and throw down medkit right in front of him. And turns out he gets the hint. Check that doorway. Really was planning on just aiming down that door until I filled up on ammo and health if I hadn't seen anybody. But because that guy came out, I decided to bounce. That's not a great spot to be in the open. There's too many different ways to get shot. Here I'm just trying to push up to above Charlie. My plan was to go in above Charlie and then drop down, but unfortunately I see that guy in that door. I come out, look how far behind cover I get. So that's one of the things about the net code that needs to be fixed is hit detection's done on both client and was done client side. So if I detect a hit or he detects that he hit me, if either one is detected, then they're both valid. There, that guy was running around with a Dow. I mean, Dow, completely viable weapon, but just something annoying. I chucked the grenade here just so I can cover my back and kind of just cover 2 areas. Being able to use the grenades to have people shout out things like, "Oh shit, grenade," you know, whatever it is that they say. That's been something that's been extremely useful since Bad Company 2. That was something to do a lot, was chuck a grenade to Bad Company 2 and then kind of spin, and you could get good detection on where people are just based off of that. Here I see that guy go down, so I know there's going to be people around this corner. So I prep myself with a med kit. Somehow I get someone in the background. I think we're still having lag problems. But the spaz at that range definitely should have won that, so I'm not too upset. But luckily somebody brings me back. Now I didn't revive that guy back there because reviving him in that spot wouldn't have been the smartest thing. He would have been prone, stuck prone, and the other guy would have had line of sight on 2 of us. Here I'm still getting lag apparently because I was shooting the side of the wall even though I could clearly see people. Again, not really anybody locking down this left side here, so it's kind of up to me. I see that there's people that are down on the stairs here, so I go down and try and pick them back up. That guy is not ready. I figure I can go for it. So kind of dangerous, but I was just thinking I just res somebody behind me. He should be able to cover the back. I can go ahead and take this guy right here with my knife. And at this point, I figure, all right, I'll push up from the outside into A. Everybody else is trying to push up through the center. And that guy, good strategy to go prone, just doesn't really work against somebody like me who's using a P90 with 50 bullets. If I had been using like an M16 or something else that would have gone out a lot quicker, he probably would have won that conflict. But because the P90 has the 50 rounds, even though he dove, I still had more rounds left in the chamber that I could then put on target. And when you're diving like that, your aim goes all to hell. So I really didn't have anything to fear by that. But there we go. There's the end of the game. Basically pull out a 2-to-1. I think I only got rezzed like once or twice, so I kind of consider it really close to being a legitimate 2-to-1. Yeah, so if you guys want me to do live comms and stick with that, I will just note that I'm probably going to be silent through a lot of parts because I don't know what to talk about, and if I start talking, I think about what I'm talking about and messes up. But